Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Amazing Reading. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. So, you know, today we're going to be doing a reading on Kayla Nicole and Taylor Swift because the girls are throwing jabs. You know, Taylor Swift has been coming after everyone because of her insecurities, in my opinion, okay? And she has been kind of just letting off the chopper, and somebody has finally swung back at her. At least for this newest album that she did for Life of a Showgirl. We haven't heard anything from Charlie XCX or anyone else that she was alleged to have been throwing shade at. But Kayla Nicole did strike back at her on Halloween when she posted a video basically playing Toni Braxton's "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me." Saying like, girl, I let your man go. You can have him. I didn't want him. That's the reason why we called it quits. Stop coming for me. Stop sending for me. And so people have been really applauding her and really liking the clap back. A nice, fun, jesty kind of clap back, and one that people kind of feel Taylor has deserved. So I'm going to get into this reading and see if there's going to be anything more to this, if this is going to devolve into even further fights, because she should be worrying about getting married. When I say she, I mean Taylor Swift. She should be worried about getting married because, you know, her and Travis Kelce is supposed to be planning out this elaborate wedding, apparently, or supposedly, allegedly, all of those words. And Kayla Nicole, as far as I know, has kind of moved on and just focusing on her career. So I'm gonna read into this and see if I get anything juicy. This may be a short one or it may be a long one. We don't know. We're gonna find out together. So with all of that being said, please keep in mind that all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. If you would like more exclusive readings like this or other pick a card readings, political readings, conspiracy readings, go ahead and for just the price of a coffee, you can support my content. The link is down in the description, so you can click on that and get access to all of that. I do also want to reiterate that this is an intuitive reading. So this means that I read from my intuition. I try to get downloads or whatever. Yeah, just downloads or whatever that, you know, spirit, the great one above, deems worthy to send my way. And I try to interpret that and relay that to you all as best as I can. So just simply think of me as a spiritual translator. I'm not saying that this is going to be 100% accurate, but I do try to give my best interpretation of what I'm getting here. So if you're okay with that, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more videos from me, and we will get started on this reading. Okay. I feel like this one's gone. Oh, it was flipped over. I wasn't looking, so I know for you all, kind of looked like I probably was just pulling what was flipped over, but I felt like that wanted to come out. Is this abuse of power? But why would the Page of Cups come out? Is she a Scorpio? Is this kind of like her thing? That would make sense if she's getting the Emperor, which is kind of like that Aryan energy with the Page of Cups. Now I'm kind of interested. What is Kayla Nicole's sign? Oh, okay. So they're saying she is a Sagittarius. Um, okay. So moving on. I had to deep dive into that a little bit. Oh no, she is a Pisces ascendant. Okay, that would make sense too. Hmm. I don't know why she's. It's. I wanted to say Scorpio, but that's not. So I wonder if this is just abuse of power, or if this is just like misguided aggression. Is that the energy? Tay comes up as the Fool. Taylor Swift is the fool. That's a lot. That is a lot. Did another card fall? Oh no. Okay, so I have the Ace of Wands and the Moon card. Both of these are coming up in reverse. This does feel like petty squabble, but literally what I was getting with the Ace of Wands coming up in reverse is kind of like, ladies, okay, let's be honest here. You know how you ever started a fight with some girly just because she was stigmatized, and I don't know, maybe you felt a little threatened by her, or you had some kind of inkling that she got your man rocks off. That could be insecurities. That's what I feel like with this Ace of Wands coming up reverse, and that's odd because I typically don't get that for Ace of Wands. Um, but I'm getting something here about insecurity. And I don't think that's much of a reach here if you've been seeing some of the stuff she has been commenting and saying here. Okay, I want more clarity on why Kayla has the Page of Cups and the Emperor. Yeah, this feels like this is coming out of left field. For Kayla, something makes me feel like this is surprising to her. Like this is coming out of left field with the sun coming up in reverse with the Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is coming in hot and fast. Like this just came out of nowhere. Like why am I getting whacked here? This makes me feel like, are y'all pillow talking about me or something like that? Some little suspicion along that line there is coming up. Or have you been asking his friends about me, like his inner circle or something? Like you, what's going on here? And the Ten of Swords is kind of, to me, this is like you've woken up the beast, because I won't forget this either. I don't know if Kayla feels that Taylor Swift had started the PR campaign around people talking about her when Taylor Swift and Travis first got together. And remember, she was kind of getting a bit of negative press around that, of kind of like, oh, well, he broke up with you and now he with this person and she wasn't good and she was too busy trying to be an Instagram thought and all that other stuff that was kind of going hoopla that was kind of going around on the internet. I wonder if she's like, okay, well, this makes this the like the cuffs are off. Like the glove has been thrown. This is official now. Like at first I thought I was just tripping that you had some kind of animosity or something against me, but now it's clear that clearly you have been talking to him. Clearly he has made you feel some type of way, or this is all alleged. This is what I interpret is like intuitively. I feel like it's coming through on Kayla's side. Um, like obviously Taylor, you have been asking his friends or just collecting information about me, trying to because whether you're insecure or whatever the case may be, you see me as a rival or you just want to kind of like put me in my place. I don't know what this is, what exactly the energy is, but that's kind of like what it feels like coming up from Kayla's side. Okay, so that's clear. So for okay, I get 3 cards for her too. So Taylor Swift feeling defensive. ready to go off the handle. And the judgment card. Did somebody give her the wrong impression about Kayla? And so now, I wonder if there's been a thing here of maybe somebody gave her the wrong impression about Kayla or their own personal impression about Kayla. And because she's cool or friends with them, she kind of feels like, oh, well, this person wouldn't be wrong or steer me wrong in saying that Kayla is blah, 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 blah. And so she must not be a good person. Obviously, her and Kelsey is no longer together, or, wink, wink, shut up. No, they're no longer messing around. And, you know, these people that I associate with or I'm getting this information from, it's painting her out to be this type of person because notice the judgment card is coming up in reverse here. So this is having a negative opinion, a negative judgment, negative outlook on Kayla here. So there is something there. Again, I don't know if that's out of insecurities or whatever the case may be, but she does have a negative opinion when it comes to Kayla. Again, I don't think that is surprising. And I don't know if it's because Travis Kelce friends, Travis Kelce himself, whatever the case may be, or other people that surround Taylor Swift or in showbiz, has a negative opinion about Kayla and they just couldn't wait to get it off their chest and is using Taylor Swift to kind of like empty the clip off or whatever the case may be, or do a bit of give back. But that's more so what it feels like to me. Okay, and so Ace of Cups. Yeah, somebody this feels like this is gossip, rumory, like people have a negative opinion, some kind of negative emotion when it comes to notice these cups, I mean cups, these cards that are coming up in between the three of them. I mean between the two of them. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Moon all coming up in reverse. The Cups card is literally like the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands is like new beginnings. Think about with the cups is emotions, feelings. You with the wands it's like your passion, your drive here. So to me, this makes it feels like this is all coming from a negative space here. I understand from Kayla's side why this is coming from a negative space. It's like, girl, you threw a shoe at me and didn't think I was and then thought I was gonna retaliate. Um, for Taylor, I don't know if it's secrets or again if it's a gaggle of women around Travis or Travis himself who is just kind of like pillow talking a little bit too much about his ex or bringing her up or whatever the case may be here. This bringing this up and just dragging it out. Look, we also have the world card coming up in reverse here too. Like, I don't have the best opinion of you. I don't like what this is. Is it negative P? I feel like it's negative PR. Look, Knight of Wands in the upright. Because the Knight of Wands doesn't make sense to me for these two because Taylor Swift, just to be real, Taylor Swift is on a different level than Kayla. They're in two different realms, two different industries. Like the only thing these two literally share is that they are well-known people or somewhat well-known people. In regards to Kayla, like in Hollywood, and they dated the same man. Like what other places do they overlap here? Like that don't make sense. Eight of Cups leaving something behind. What is this here? Yeah, this makes me feel like this is insecurity. And I wonder if it's coming from Travis Kelsey with that with that King of Swords coming up here. Is he talking a bit too much? Is this something that gave it away? Did Taylor come across some old text message or something? Like, did she come across some old journal, some old posting? Like, again, or it's the circle of friends, the gaggle of girls that was around Travis that was talking. And when I say gaggle of girls, I don't mean like, oh, with other women he was sleeping with. It could have potentially been, but it also could just be very much like I'm thinking like I'm getting more so of like the football wives or like the cheerleaders or something, or like maybe like the management around Travis. The wags of his teammates that he kind of like hung out with when he was dating Kayla. I'm getting more so of like that energy. but I could be wrong. And it could also be stemming from like other people in the industry that probably has some kind of crossover between Kayla and Taylor now. That's also kind of like getting in the fray here. I want to see one more thing. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So first card. Now this is an interesting fallout for me because I'm wondering if Taylor was going to respond. And these are the cards I have: the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Strength card in the upright, and then we have the King of Cups in reverse. I feel like emotionally, mentally, she wants to. But I think because of, how can I say this, culturally, politically, um, what the world view is of her right now, she's a bit hesitant to do something. Um, because maybe she's afraid of kind of like what the repercussions or the response will be from the public of her going after Kayla again after she done whacked her. But I wouldn't be surprised if she like sneak disses, or she have again another, I don't know what is it with her in proxy wars, or she does something like a proxy war with Kayla where she's like um saying a jab. This is almost giving me Selena and like Hailey Bieber vibes. If you understand that, like I wouldn't be surprised it would be something like she sends some sneaky posts that only Kayla or maybe some of Travis's other girlfriends could possibly understand, to kind of like whack back at Kayla, but it wouldn't be as big or as publicized as she did with um the Adventures of a Showgirl or whatever that album is, simply off of the strength of how the public is going to respond to her. And I think she is kind of, I don't know, what's this? It feels like this is so interesting. Because to me, it kind of seems like she's gauging what would be the best response, because she's going to respond, or she wants to respond really bad, but she's trying to gauge what would be the best form of response, because she feels like the public is in her favor, but then at the same time she's seeing a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, maybe the public is not in my favor. You know, that booing at the at the Super Bowl, or was it the Super Bowl? Yeah, the booing at the Super Bowl, the response and the critiques that I've been getting about my album, the friendship drama that has transpired, the and the response people are having about this as well. I think it's getting to her. It's like, I think she is a bit, I want to say perturbed, maybe disturbed is probably the better word, because it's like, okay, well, where is this going? Like, I thought I had my finger on the pulse of where America is, or how America feels about me, or how the general public feels about me, but maybe I don't, because there seems to be a large discourse of people that seems louder than ever. Like, yeah, I knew they were always there, but now it seems louder than ever that I have a lot of people that's speaking negatively about me and is getting away with it, or like is being congratulated, versus what it used to be like before. I would say, I don't know, 2015. I don't know when it kind of like shifted for her, 2020, you know. But she's also like, I feel like I also have gathered people or allies on my side, because she's kind of alluding to her being wrapped up into like this trad wife, this conservative outlook now. So this, I'm saying all of that. I kind of feel like I'm rambling, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say here. Kind of, that's kind of like what it feels like in her mind as well. To me, allegedly, it just kind of feels like I'm going to respond. It's probably going to be a negative emotional response because with this strength card going into the King of Cups, it's like I'm going to respond, but I'm trying to gauge what would be the best way without it harming my work, my money, my wealth, and without also getting kind of like the backlash of the public with this Eight of Swords here. That's her mental kind of like being locked in of just kind of trying to figure things out. Yeah, look, Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. I think some of this is started from whether indirectly or directly. I think this is stemming from Travis Kelsey with these knights here. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. This makes me feel like this is stemming from him for sure. Or, ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. I seen that magician try to pop out there. Ooh. Yeah, so what I predict is going to happen, I don't know if it's an actual male figure. I don't know who would be the male figure in her camp, unless it's maybe like her producer, her manager. I don't know. Um, Maybe she is going to do another song. Or she's going to use. I feel like she's going to be on some Cardi B type stuff, where she's going to use some little blogger or some other male friend, maybe even Travis Kelsey, or maybe one of Travis Kelsey's friends, to kind of like respond. I could also see it possibly being something of like maybe it's gonna come up on that, what is that, the New Heights podcast or something like that. Maybe it'll be some shady that comes through there, because it's still like a we need to make money off of the response. It's all about the coins, the shitcoins when it comes to celebrities, especially people like this. But I think there's something like, yeah, this will help us kind of like gain traffic and stuff like that to our podcast for people to hear and get the full context of it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of response that come through on there. I would not be surprised. If it's not through a song or an album, or some post or something that they're also going to benefit and get paid off of, or the podcast. That's my prediction with this. I think there is going to be a response, and I think it's probably going to be through Travis Kelsey's camp or team or him. Because this is a lot of masculine energy I'm getting here, and it's all coming up in reverse. Like, it's all coming up in reverse. So that will be my prediction. Okay, let's see what's coming up here on the bottom. And I don't think it's gonna be good. Yeah, you got the Justice card coming up in reverse. If I could warn her, I would say sit this out, sis. Don't do it. Ten of Cups, the Justice card, and you also have the Queen of Wands, but it's not gonna her pride, her ego is not gonna let her. And when I mean her, I mean Taylor Swift. Her ego, her pride, or even if it's just for the good old sport of going back and forth with somebody because she's unhappy and just wanting to attack people or whatever the case may be, I would tell her don't do it. But she's going to respond. Again, it may not be as blatant as she did with the showgirl thing where people could see it. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be loud and clear. I think it's going to be loud and clear, and I think it's going to come through a man. And I really want to say it's probably going to come through the podcast. I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm going to stick with that and see. We'll see. With all of that being said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like this reading, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more readings like this, make sure to hit that notification bell, selecting it to all so you can see the next time I upload. Until next time and in between time, I'm wishing you all a great day, a great evening, a great night, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.